that's not stock. Brakes work.
The brakes work great.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is RM31, and we're here today to get into the nitty-gritty and walk through every detail of this incredible build. Like everything we do at RestoMods, this thing is restored and modified, so better than new. If you're looking for a stock first-gen Camaro, this is not it. We've got all kinds of modern technology and goodies underneath the hood and in the cabin of this thing that are gonna blow your mind. So come with us, we're gonna check out all the details of this, and of course on hand we have our head mechanic, Chris Esparza. I'm just a guy who knows very little, he's a guy who knows very much. So listen to him and I will be asking hopefully all the dumb questions that you want the answers to. Starting with, this thing is almost, I don't want to say murdered out because it's not. We've got chrome bumpers, we've got chrome on the car, but it's very sinister, black, like cool, badass looking.
That's the thing with an all black car. It just has a presence to it. This car really encapsulates that. There was a few changes. It was actually more blacked out when we got it and kind of had a more modern feel, but we like the classic vibe as well. So we wanted to integrate some chrome bumpers, chrome trim on the exterior. This is the first pony car from Chevrolet. So just some historical context. This came out to dominate over the Mustang.
Try the SS350 package. This package delivers both the exterior trim and the muscles under the hood to mark the SS350 a real performance road machine.
They were a few years later in this segment of vehicle, but this car is really special because it combines a lot of the muscle car things that you come to expect, like a V8 engine. This is a stick shift car, it's supercharged, but it's all packaged in a size that is a lot more sporty. And that's something that we really like about first gen Camaros. It just encapsulates everything that's a muscle car, but also kind of a sports car.
This thing really harkens back to that era. You know, the space race, everything else was going on in the 60s. And that was just kind of part of the culture, was this competition. And so the Mustang came out, absolutely dominated. I think they sold millions of those cars in the 60s, and so kind of left the other manufacturers scrambling to keep up and get a pony car together. The Camaros, they're absolutely beautiful. It's such an iconic shape. When you see a first gen Camaro, you know it. And it obviously kind of 67, 68, 69 kind of culminated in the 69 Camaro. But this thing, you know, was the first of its kind and really makes a statement anytime you see it on the road. It's one of my favorite muscle cars. Obviously, big Chevy guy, so I love basically everything that Chevy makes. And this is no exception to that. So at RestoMods, sometimes we'll build cars from scratch. As you guys know, we give away a fully restored and modified classic every 3 months, which sounds great until you're trying to build them. And that's just a lot of work to do in a really high quality manner. And everything that comes out of our garage, we hold to a really, really high standard thanks to you and your team. This car is, you know, I think 100% of the way there now, but when we bought it, probably 95% of the way there. It was actually kind of famous. I think it had its own Instagram page. Who built this car originally?
Right, so credit where credit's due. Smithy's Customs out in Houston, Texas did a phenomenal job building this car. They are known for their high quality builds. So when we saw that they had touched and reworked a lot of the stuff on this car, we knew we were gonna get something up to our standards. They put together a phenomenal car. They used all the best parts. And they have some craftsmen there that did an outstanding job. The day the car showed up, we took it out and ripped it, and it scared the shit out of me, to be honest with you. It's just a super well-performing fast car. We'll get into that when we drive it. But we wanted to touch up some things and put a little bit of our taste on it. So like I mentioned before, we did a few exterior changes, added some more chrome back onto the car just to tie in the polished wheel lips, upgraded some LED headlights, and then we sent the car out to be repainted. So it had a really good paint job on it when we got it. The paint had seen some of that wear and tear from driving, so we sent it to our go-to SV Body and Paint. They completely refinished the car in this Tuxedo Black, so now it's perfect for the winter. I mean, I can't believe, like, 67 Camaro. Can you imagine when they came out with this car? Like, you already knew we were gonna put a man on the moon in 68, right?
You knew it.
Like, you saw this, so we could do anything.
You knew it. It was coming soon. I mean, I love the iconic look to it. I love, you know, that we did put some of the chrome back in, so it's not, you know, totally blacked out. It's got very nice wheels, but not huge, right? So a lot of times people go overboard with these giant wheels that don't leave you enough tire to have a comfortable, like realistic ride. I mean, let's be honest, we live in California.
Correct.
The roads are not that great. We could use a little bit of tire. I also love what we did with the interior. I see a little houndstooth in there, which is of course a classic Camaro thing. I think a few of them that we've had have kind of gone overboard with the houndstooth. I think this is just the right amount of houndstooth. Yeah, tasteful, like you said. And I think, you know, as the viewer, you guys have commented several times on some of the rides that we do here, and you'll be very happy to see that this thing has windshield wipers.
Functioning windshield wipers, but not too many completely custom touches other than a custom grille, LED lighting. It has a really nice chin spoiler, which I love on a car, and then LED lighting in the back with a billet fuel cap. So in the back, it's very clean and simple. I really like these billet taillight housings with the blacked out lens. Of course, that's all LED, so at night they're super bright. Obviously, a really nice Camaro trunk spoiler. Camaros kind of look weird without their trunk spoiler.
Very weird.
Yeah, so it's great that it has that. We added a chrome bumper, and then we have obviously the beautiful billet RestoMods plate from Evans CNC. This also has a billet gas cap. It's all blacked out, so it's very subtle, and it just keeps the rear end very clean looking. Modern antenna Frenched into the quarter panel. And that about wraps it up. There's not a lot of huge changes, but the little changes really made a difference visually back here.
Very subtle, very tasteful.
Wheels, tire stances are the most important things, and they nailed it with these Bose forged synchro wheels. It has a very motorsport vibe, but it's an all forged multi-piece wheel. These are 18 by 8.5s in the front, 18 by 12s in the rear, and we went ahead and wrapped it in a brand new set of Toyo Proxys R888Rs, 245 40 series in the front, and a huge 335 30 series tire in the back. We were able to get that big of a tire on it because this car has been mini tubbed. So the rear wheel is a foot wide, and we have a 335-inch tire. You're gonna need all that meat to put this power down. Down here, everything's super detailed out, and there's a lot of products from the Chris Alston Chassisworks. Fully fabricated subframe, so it's a lot stiffer. This car has chassis stiffeners front to back, so like subframe connectors, upper and lower wishbone suspension, coilovers, Wilwood brakes, and then in the rear there's a 4-link from Chris Alston Chassisworks as well, with nice control arms, and that's all connected to a Fab 9-inch rear end, so fully fabricated housing, full carbon fiber drive shaft, which is really nice. All that's hooked to a Tremec 6-speed transmission. You can see there's Kooks long tube headers coming out. It's a full 3-inch stainless exhaust with pipes, mufflers. You got a Holley oil pan, just a ton of really good parts under here. And you can really tell, when you drive a car at this power level, you can tell if there's a lot of good parts underneath. This car is very responsive, and that's due to all these performance suspension parts. So very simple, tasteful upgrades on the car, but still super recognizable Camaro. Black, tinted windows, some chrome and polished hits here and there. It just works on this car. It just has.
So you mentioned the cowl hood, which usually is to make room for something. What are we making room for?
Yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this ride.
That's what we're making room for.
This is it right here. So this is kind of what attracted us to this car in a big way when we were looking for a first-gen Camaro. You know, we've gone Supercharged LS quite a bit, and it's intoxicating.
It's a great combo. I mean, it just performs well. I mean, this thing is, it's an LSX, I want to say?
Yeah, so it's Wegner built. So they have a good reputation for building like a really solid crate engine. And this was delivered to Smithy's Customs as an LS. It's kind of based on an LS3, but yeah, all forged, rotating assembly and internals. A really good engine from Wegner, very reputable engine building company, and it puts down the power. So this thing dynoed 750 horsepower. 730 horsepower, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's
but
20.
I mean, yeah, what's 20 horsepower?
Listen, 730 horsepower in a car that's this small and this light, the power to weight ratio has got to be absolutely insane.
Power to weight's crazy.
Being a supercharged car, we've obviously had supercharged cars, turbo cars, all that kind of stuff. I'm guessing being a supercharged car, this power is just right there.
It's right there, and it's a stick shift car, so it's making a ton of torque right off idle with that blower. And this thing feels really fast, so throughout the RPM range, the power is on tap. It's all the chassis work. We'll get into like all the chassis work that was done to handle this kind of horsepower. It's a stick shift, Magnum 6-speed transmission, and it has a 9-inch rear end. It has all the best parts to put this type of power down. It's a lot of power, but it feels really fun in this car. It rides the edge of like, this isn't too much power, But this is
just enough to scare you.
Good amount of power. Yeah, you're gonna have fun. You're always gonna smile when you're driving this car.
And just looks-wise in this engine bay, I like all the way that we kind of tucked as much of the plumbing as we could. These hood hinges stand out immediately and kind of tie in, you know, with the chrome bumpers and the lip on the wheels. And then I love what we did on these valve covers right here with a little shout out so that when you show up to pick up your trophies at the car show, people know that you won this car from RestoMods. That's always kind of a cool hidden little touch to kind of add to this car's story. I always say that we're not really like the owners of these cars, we're kind of the caretakers of them for the next guy down the road. And so this kind of adds to that story and just looks really good.
So I'll quickly just go through some of the highlights because like I said, Smithy's Customs knocked it out of the park. They're responsible for how clean and tidy this all is. Billet bracing for the core support. They have all really nice blacked out reservoir tanks, aluminum radiator that's all been refinished. So the full accessory drive is all anodized billet, blacked out. You know, they routed all the hoses really nicely and tucked it all with all AN fittings, had all that blacked out. It's got Kook's long tube headers. You touched on the Wilwood master cylinder, also a Hydro Boost, so this thing brakes on a dime. And no detail was left untouched. Even the clutch master cylinder reservoir is black anodized aluminum. This is a multi-speed wiper motor, so like out of a modern car, you get the variable ratio of speeds. Eddie Motorsports billet hood hinges. That's one of the only like kind of polished aluminum accents, but I think it ties in well because there's a little bit of polished stuff peppered throughout the car. So they just did a great job just choosing finishes and materials, plumbing and routing everything so that you have an engine that has a ton of features like AC, there's a cooling system for the supercharger, there's fans. There's so much going on here, but they did a good job of keeping it all nice and clean and tidy. And it just looks very sanitary, but still very serviceable in here.
It looks great, and more than anything, it looks fast. So let's look at the rest of this car. Let's go take it for a spin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get my 8-point harness on. Look at this headliner, dude.
Suede.
That's fancy.
This is Al's Cantara. Al.
Oh, look at that instrument panel. That's not stock.
Nope.
There's the sub control for the modern stereo. I love this center console. Nice big cup holders. Can't put any in the back seat though.
You can store items.
Store items back there. You know what you can do is when you win this car, you can take your 50 G's and you can just pop it in the back seat. I feel very race car.
Are you locked in?
Yeah.
I feel locked in.
I feel race car.
But
a lot of room actually in this car for a bigger guy.
Yeah, it's spacious.
Yeah.
Basically, everything's been done on the interior. There's so many changes, but it has the same shape and dash layout as a Camaro. It's all been updated. It's got like an upholstered piece here to house the RestoMod air controls and the vents. The console is where the stereo head unit is now, so it's got a nice Kenwood. It's a TMI console, TMI dash pad, TMI door panel, the TMI suede headliner as well. We put a nice leather Momo prototypo wheel. It's all blacked out and it's a very motorsport wheel. It has the right feel in this car. And then we changed the seats. They didn't have nearly enough support or correct ergonomics for what this car is capable of handling wise. So we ended up going with the Recaro Expert. You know, one of the options with the Recaro seat is to get that beautiful houndstooth. It makes so much sense in a Camaro.
Yeah,
and these
natural.
seats are very comfortable, very supportive. They hold you in, and then we're all locked in with Sparco harnesses too. These have more of a street style buckle, so it's not a racing harness that you have a complicated latch. You just get in, put it on, buckle up.
Right.
But the driving experience is really good. The clutch pedal and gas pedal, they're all billet aluminum as well, so they have a good positive feel. And the clutch isn't super stiff. It's good, but it's not gonna beat you up too much. So
Broken in nicely.
Right.
Sometimes when we build these, like you get that brand new clutch and you're like, oh, this thing has 12 miles on it and it's just stiff.
Yeah.
Get your calf workout though.
And this clutch holds the power of this car. We've got into it a little bit. It doesn't feel like it's slipping the clutch. Some of the other upgrades are like billet knobs. It's got a tilt steering wheel, electric parking brake. It's got Hydro Boost brakes.
Brakes work.
The brakes work great. Typical San Diego rush hour traffic now, so. And then the gauges. So this is a Holley dash. It's their LED monitor. It's got all the vitals and it's all programmable, so you can change all that to whatever you want as far as what you want it to display.
Yep.
It still has an El Chingon logo. That's kind of what this car was known as when we bought it.
Yep.
Just a badass Camaro. The previous owner dug the car that, and that's one of the last features that's built into it. So on this on-ramp too, this car gets after it. It's got those sticky Toyos, and you feel good in the seat, like you can still push the car a little bit harder.
Yeah, it feels super planted.
You know, we were going like 50 right there, and it didn't really feel like it.
That's what you're kind of worried about, is like you always want to, in a car this powerful, apply that power when you're going straight. So it's nice to be able to really be in a turn and still giving it a lot of power, and don't feel like, oh, we might be getting sideways.
And the R888Rs are very sticky, and having a 335 is really awesome. This car has full chassis and suspension work done. So it's all Chris Alston Chassisworks, coilovers, double A arms, rack and pinion, 4-link in the back. The coilovers are all adjustable. So it has a firm, compliant ride, but it's not beating you up, and it feels planted and predictable. There's a couple other touch points in the car, like it has an electronic parking brake, which is a nice button here. And then it has a cage. So this car had a little bit more intrusive of a cage that went up front, but it didn't make that much sense for a street car. So we cut out the door bars basically, and that's it. Now the cage ties in from the middle of the car all the way back, and it definitely helps with the stiffness of the car. It's got some padding. It's not in an area where you might hit your head in it.
Yeah,
that's a big thing on a roll bar or a roll cage in a street car, is you're not wearing a helmet, so you don't want to have to be worried about hitting your head on it. A rear seat delete, because with the cage, you're not getting into that rear seat without going through a jungle gym.
Yeah.
I will say, I love these Recaros.
Yeah,
like I feel like I could sit in these all day.
Very comfortable.
And the car's not stupid loud either. It's got a full exhaust. We'll get under the car and look at the headers and the full exhaust. You can hear the Whipple blower, but it's not as aggressive. I mean, we're sitting here having a conversation.
Yeah, with the windows down.
With the windows down, there's a lot of good sound deadening in the car. It's all dynamatted and sound deadened. But it's not a quiet car either.
I do love hearing it spin up though. That's a great sound.
Yeah, that Whipple blower whine is incredible. And when you get on it, you know, we haven't really like got into the RPMs on this car, but when you get on it, you really hear this thing screaming.
That's a cool sound. I like to hear the LS and then hear the whine of that supercharger.
Yeah, everything feels right, like where you put your hand to shift, the steering wheel, nice leather, the seat, you're really held in by these Sparco belts.
Yeah.
And then the size of the car, it feels more sporty.
Oh, that's where I put those tires.
Leave those there? I'll get them later. Okay, final thoughts after driving it a little bit. I didn't really get into it too much, but this car is rowdy.
This car is just fun, I think. Like it's not a crazy power level. We've obviously had power levels over 1,000 horsepower. This thing's no slouch at over 600, but I mean, it's a fun amount of power where you can really get after it if you want to. You can also just drive it around very comfortably and not be terrified the whole time, which is nice. The interior, the creature comforts of this car are very, very nice. I mean, I love the custom center console, the AC controls. I think RestoMod Air does a great job with those. And then the Recaros, super comfortable seats, really hold you in.
So you would look at like kind of the mechanicals of this car and think this is a pro touring car, more race themed. It's got all that good hardware on it, but all the creature comforts of a RestoMod, all the modern technology, and it just drives amazing. It makes you want to drive it more. So.
And plus then when you get out of it and you're walking away and you turn around and you see it, you're like, oh my God, I want to drive it right now. So very cool car. It's very awesome that this thing is gonna go home with one of you. So make sure you claim those entries at RestoMods.com. You could be taking home this badass Camaro Restomod and $50,000 in cash, which is always a crazy thing to say. This is our 31st giveaway vehicle here at RestoMods. We've been doing this now for, it's crazy to say, 8 years. Giving away these classic restored and modified cars and getting them back on the road and into the hands of people like you. So we can't wait to meet our 31st winner. If you want that to be you, claim those entries at RestoMods. You could be taking this thing home with 50 grand. Good luck.